it kind of is rooted in my love of family dramas, really, and especially family business stories, because I just, just the ways in which blood and money mix to combustible with very combustible results, and how those, conflicts can spill from the boardroom to the sit-in room, and really, but there's nothing quite so high stakes as being in business with a sibling. The love is there, but the greed is there. So that was always something I wanted to write about, a family business and then a Black family business. And with my producers, we talked about what should the business be. The Black hair and beauty industry is highly lucrative, but too often Black people don't actually participate in the profits of that business until relatively recently. And equally, what kind of hair Black boys and girls can have, what is professional, what is, right, and what is beautiful. And so those pieces together, a Black run, Black owned business, hair and beauty business, was just a great way to explore both visually, that's a really glamorous place to be, but also to explore sort of slightly more substantive themes about where we are now in terms of Black ownership, Black ambition, and agency. And the why now of it, I think this is a story I've always wanted to see on screen, really. The fact that I got the opportunity and I was in the right point in my career to be able to be the creator and lead and direct on it is fortuitous. But I think there's been a clamor for stories that just bring specifics of Black British life to screen, and yeah. So I think it's just a kind of the stars aligned at this particular moment. But I wanted to see shows like this for such a long time. The arc of it was very much rooted. I kind of had a couple of things in mind. The fate of the business hangs in the balance, and it tied into their grief at the loss of a father, and the kind of ripples that creates emotionally and also in terms of the business, in terms of financially for them. And so the first arc was always this tracking about getting the business back on track. In my head, I have a nominal sort of season 1 is sort of power struggle. Season 2, consolidation of power. Season 3, next moves kind of thing. So, but in big picture terms, I think it was about taking these characters and these siblings on an emotional journey, rooted in the emotion about what happens when your father dies. And money can do all kinds of things, but it doesn't buy you happiness. And what is the battle towards connecting with your people, with this sort of layer about how will they save the business? And in success, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to continue that story. It's one thing to take a business and rescue it while it's sort of flailing, but what does it take to innovate? What does it take to break through to the next level? And with this group of people who are so volatile and everyone's kind of got their own interests, I feel like power struggles are an inevitable part of their lives, really. In the first episode, we use flashback, and we dot flashbacks out through 3 or 4 episodes going forward in the season. And I think it's a show about a first generation wealth. So the wealth made within one generation. So in those flashbacks, we see where they came from, what they were like when they had nothing very much. And so I think that's why it's so hard won, because we'll find out some more about their mother, and we'll find out some more about the mysteries of the true origins of the business. And I think in these two women going against each other, we kind of see elements of the generational differences in the opportunities women have had. Claudia had marriage to elevate her status. Nina has had the benefits of an American education and that kind of ethos and grit there, but thrown together, they're both going to have to learn from each other, I think. Ultimately. But there are a lot of secrets in the family, and Stephen is an incredibly, though he dies in the first episode, mercurial character. He's thrown them in together with this, bombshell revelation. So we know that he, even from beyond the grave, he's still pulling at their strings, really.